Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are wondering why why I didn't upload any video for for 6 consecutive days. So to be honest, I have just returned from a kind of nice travel with my family and another family. We went to Guangxi for exploring some new places there and for enjoying this summer. Mm, and I really don't want to do any video in the journey of traveling, so I to um, decided to be off without making any videos in 6 consecutive days. And today like I turned back here to read to continue doing the journey, continue to doing the challenge, and this is this is really still called the challenge of speaking English every day until I get fluent at speaking English. And today we have the topic of transportation. It's it's a nice topic. Why am why am I not handsome enough? I need to be handsome at the requisite level. So today I have just discovered the method of extend the length of answering. So this is called the prep method. First it will have 5 things to do. The first one is point. State your main idea. Like my if I cannot state my main idea, I will lose a lot of scores. And second thing is reason. Explain why. I will explain about the negative side first, and it is like a fulcrum, and I will take it as an anchor to describe the positive side, and I think that it will be really cool. And the third thing that I need to focus on is example. This is really important. Like if I can describe the example properly, I will extend the length of answering so long, and I can be able to answer for about 1 minute in each question. But I don't know if I can be able to do it right now. Like I will just try to practice these days to see that if I can do this challenge. And in the example, we will also have 2 parts. First, I need to give the personal examples, and the personal examples we will have 2 parts. The first one is the past one, the past experiences, and the second one is the present experiences. And after every time if I describe the past one, I will describe my emotion when everything happened in the past, like how I felt, and how what did I do. And the second thing is present, and it's really visual. It's really visual, and I can answer the present kind of properly. And I will also describe my emotion when I talk about the present. And the fourth thing is point. I need to need to give the conclusion, or rephrase the statement that I have said before that. And the final thing, and if I can have the ability to master this final like this final technique, I will improve my level so much. And it is called future. Give the expectation or anticipation. Anticip- Anticipation. Yeah. My eyes they feel really hurt. I think I need to change the light a little bit. So today we have the topic of transportation. Let's dive into it. The first question is, What kind of transport do you use daily? So like whenever I go to an extra class, I will ask my father or my mother that they would drive me to the class, because sometimes, like usually, the class is really far from my house. It is always about 15 kilometers, and because of that, I cannot be able to drive any to drive any bikes to my extra class. So I will often have parents my parents doing like driving me to the class. And but like however, whenever I go to play soccer or go out to strolling with my friends, I will take my bike or take my electrical bike. And like that would be that would be much more friendly to environment. Yeah. Is public transport convenient in your city? Public transport. So I like as my point of view, I experienced that like in almost every city, um, they will have so much public transports, because like city, they they has the they has the high demand of using public transport. Sometimes like using public transport can cause something like traffic jams, but in reality, public transport is really useful. Like if you don't have a friendly budget, you will don't be able to buy your own bike or own car. So you can just use a little bit amount of your money to use the public transport, and it will commute you to work or to places that you want in an easier way. And like like I have seen many people, they don't have a really nice car. Like my cousin, he doesn't have a really nice car, but like he's far from my house. So because of that, um a few weeks ago, he he catched a bus, and he used his money to to drive to and he told the driver he told the driver to drive him to my house. And like just like to enjoy, come to visit my house. And like it is I have never tried catching a bus before. But like my cousin, he tried, and he said that it was not really expensive, and the fare was not really expensive. And he said that we could we could be able to commute to travel this place to that place uh, in an easy way. And I hope that in the future, like in the public transport can be improved in the countryside. Like they will have the services for people in the countryside. uh, an old person, or like a young person, can be able to use a public transport if they want in the countryside. People really need that seat. Do you prefer driving or using public transport? But to be honest, like I really love driving my own car or my own bike or my own electrical bike, because like you can be able to go everywhere you want. Um, while the public transport can also do that, but like it feels really great when you can the orientate the vehicles, or you can be able to both driving and watching the sceneries at the same time. And in the past, like, I was really excited when my mom first bought me a bike, and like I, I was always trying to drive bike and make it I tried to drive a bike as cool as possible. And like right now, nowadays I am just I often I often use my bike to go for a long ride with my friend if I want, because like it will always be something which is really adventurous when you can use your own vehicle or public, or like I mean your own transport. Yeah. What problems exist in your area? um like, because I am living in the countryside, so there's not too much traffic jams happen. But there's a tradition, like, because this is the countryside, so often the road is the road is quite narrow. And there near my house there was a I know I mean there's a primary primary school, and like every time when the school is off and the kid they can be able to go home, that it would always be a traffic jam. Like there's a lot of parents, they go to the school to pick up the children, and because the number of children is really massive. It's really big. I mean that it's tremendously big, so it often causes traffic jams, and people going across that road often feel annoyed because of those children, and people who pick up the children. It will, it will always cause a traffic jam. How do people commute to school and work? So if you are rich enough, if you have a requisite budget, you will be able to own a car, and you can use your car to commute to work every day, and you will feel really comfortable driving to work with a nice car. But like, if you are still hustling with your life, have a you just have an electrical bike, you will always have to wear jacket to this to avoid the light of the sun, and you face a lot of calamity when it comes up. Something like, if there was a thunderstorm, you will face a lot of problems when you drive a electrical bike. And if you are children, you can use something like simple bikes. You can decorate your bike as you want, and your bike will look so cool. And when you get to the school, like every girl in the school will really get every girl in the school will really get immersed in your bike, because it looks so cool. Yeah. And that's how I ended finishing the part one. Like, I haven't speaking. I mean, I haven't spoken English for a long period. So like, I am losing the ability to speak English fluently. But like, I will try again these days until the new semester comes up. And we're gonna drive into the part two, the prompt one. Part two. In the part two, we will have 5 questions to answer, and let's try with the prep techniques. I've just finished preparing the part 2 and I will answer it. The schedule of daily commute. So every day I always use my electrical bike. Like I will always charge I will always charge it a day before I go to work or go to school. Like it is really convenient when you can use your electrical bike, and it's also quite comfortable. I am like I also sometimes face uh, some problems when using the electrical bikes, but to be honest, I feel so appreciated when I can use my bike to go to places every day. Yeah. Um. So talk about a journey that took longer than expected. Um. So there was a time like it's been a long time ago. Like we I and my friends, I and my friends in my class we are gonna like hold a party in some in the place that my friend recommended us. It was really far from our places, and like because we didn't go to that place before, we hadn't gone to that place before. So like everyone in my class they needed a person to try going to that place for the first time, and like I I just like I just got in the mood at that moment, and like I told another friend that I that if I if I could be able to drive with him to that place that we like we um we had planned before, and like he he agreed in an easy way. So we we just drew a small paper which can lead us to the place that we need to lead us to the destination. And yeah, we don't plan too much. We just took our pen and we drew some lines on the paper, and thinking that it would it would lead us it will lead us to the destination properly. So we took two bikes and we we commenced driving to the place, and it was a really it was a hard journey. It was 17 kilometers far from my house, and it was a like there was a it was a foggy day, and we also met some rains during the journey. It took us about 1 hour to reach the destination, and like the scenery at that time, it was really gigantic and really mass massive massive. Um, yeah, like to be honest, it was really charismatic when I see the cliff of the mountain, and we are we was thinking that people in my class they would really love this place, but after after going to that place for another time, people in my class like they felt a little bit scared, so they decided to like to calling off to call off that that party, and we chose to hold a party at my house, and like it was really a great journey. And every time we plan to go for another long ride, I will always feel really excited, and I will always feel hooked up. Describe your favorite way to travel. If I if if you think that I fancy go on traveling by bike, but to be honest, I have another favorite type of travel. It's to travel with nothing at all. Just carry with just carry a backpack with myself without any money, with some little water to survive 2 days, and I will try all the ways to travel from this place to that place, asking people for money, and like it will be a really tremendously adventurous. But like if you can be able to do something which is dangerous like that, you can it will be a really memorable experience in your life. And I have watched some videos that foreigners tried traveling without any money, and like it was really compelling. And I hope that in the future I can be able to travel with nothing as well. But like it will be something which is really hard. And talk about transportation issues in your country. The transportation problems in my country, I think the most popular things, people people often have the tendency of thinking that traffic jams are the other problem of this country. But like, I think that, to be honest, I think that the people behaviors are the biggest reason why this country faced a lot of transportation issues. Like the behaviors of people here, it, it is too horrible. People don't give a fuck to everything, to anything at all. Their behaviors like are so selfish. They just want to drive to their work as quickly as possible, and they don't give too much attention to people who who are also trying to drive trying to drive to their work, and people are just pushing and pulling each other, and it often creates traffic jams at rush hours. And like because of bad behaviors, it often causes bad issues in this beautiful country. And I hope that in the future, if the quality of the transport policeman, I mean the quality of transport police policy, yeah, I mean the quality of transport policy will be improved, and people will like they will have a better opinions of com like of commuting, and they will obey the rules better, and they will behave better in the future, and there will be less traffic jams than ever before. And that's all what I expect and I anticipate. And overall, I want to say that if you someone like you, if you are also a person who are contributing to traffic jams, I hope that you will obey the rules better, and you will drive more safely, and driving in a careful way, not not competing with people when you are driving, and that will be much better for you. Describe a time you missed a bus or a train. To be honest, I have never catched a train or a bus before, so be, because of that, um, due to that, I mean I can use the collocation due to. So due to the think that I have never catched a bus or a train before. I don't really know what is the feeling of missing a bus or a train, but like I have watched some videos or some TV programs that people they miss the bus or the train, or like they usually get they usually get really annoyed and really frustrated after missing a bus or a train, and they also sometimes get really angry when the fare is too high and they don't have enough money to pay for the fare or the fee, so they just try to be a pedestrian, or they just try to walk on the cycle lane and get insulted by people who are cycling. And that's all. This is the end of the video. I hope that this will motivate you a little bit, and this is my challenge. This is a journey of speaking English every day until I get fluent at speaking English. And thank you guys all for listening.